What is going on, guys? Welcome to the pay-per-view event, maybe of the century. Huge implications going on here. Now, if you guys haven't been following what's going on over on the SSU side, you're missing half of the story. You need to get over there, and you need to check it out. Frankie Two Fingers, right before we got started here, got handed a message. And we are about to read that message as these wrestlers come down to the ring. So this first match, and this is where we're in these unprecedented grounds. Totes my goats, and I'm glad Weapon X is here. Totes my goats steals the SSU World Championship that he won from the champion and takes off. Nobody's been able to get it back from Totes my goats. Absolutely crazy. Totes then tests out the waters over there, makes a decree, and management listened, which would mean that the belt owner then can put the belt on the line. They can do whatever they want because then they're recognized as a champion. Miguel and the Lord Arthur Stevenson have this huge falling out. They get into a match, a retirement match, where the loser's got to leave the SSU. Miguel wins it. And then Totes, just to throw a monkey wrench in, the whole thing is now going to put the SSU title that he stole on the line against the Lord Arthur Stevenson. This would mean if the Lord can beat Totes, that's his way to get back into the SSU. So, lots of implications going on. Big things happening right now. Will the Lord Arthur Stevenson, who as of right now has signed a one-day TCW contract, maybe he loses this match and has to sign a longer one if he wants to wrestle, but can he find a way to get back into the SSU?
The following contest is a 2 out of 3 falls match and is for the World Championship.
It's crazy. There's been a lot of punches and counter punches going on in this battle between the SSU and between TCW. This seems to just be another one, but hold on a second. This is a person that we have only seen very few times in the SSU. It is the Lord's alter ego, the Ripper. Never thought we would see the Ripper outside of the SSU, but that should show you the exact mental breakdown the Lord must be going through right now. And if you look at Weapon X, this is the guy he calls his brother. Can the Ripper win the SSU title and bring the SSU title back to the SSU? We're going to find out. Here's one thing I know, Frankie Two Fingers, I wouldn't want to be in the ring with this guy at all. Totes is going to have his work cut out for him, that is for sure. You can see the Lord or the Ripper bringing Jay Savage down, making sure no shenanigans go on. Because you know Totes always has stuff up his sleeve. Totes always doing the things, and Totes doesn't care how he wins. Right now, technically, holds the champion's advantage too, so this has got to be won inside the ring. But it is a 2 out of 3 falls count match, so I don't know of anybody that could stand for one fall inside the ring with the Ripper. But look at that title belt really being unveiled in the last episode of the SSU. Totes using it to hit Miguel Morales over the head also, but now really getting a solid look at their brand new SSU World Championship. Very funny, though, that, we look at everything that's been going back and forth. We end up losing Blackheart in a contract match to the SSU. Totes then counterpunches, steals the SSU title. Some crazy stuff happens. A lot of turmoil going on over in the SSU. And look, if you watch the program, and it does look like Totes seems to be that focal point that is causing a lot of the dissension over in the SSU. When they decided to take on the TCW, I don't think they exactly expected the response they are getting right now. However, that is exactly what is going on. And part of that is coming to a head right now.
Introducing the challenger from Blackpool, England, weighing in at 269 pounds, Lord Arthur Stevenson. And his opponent from every man's nightmare, weighing in at 258 pounds, the world champion, Tonio Macurin.
And it's really crazy, we've seen the Lord in the ring, so we know, but look at the scars. When he turns into the Ripper, those scars get reopened on his body. Like, it is an absolute transformation. And it's almost like, I don't know that this is the best move to put the Ripper in the ring, because I don't think the Ripper, when he gets to this point, cares anything at all about winning that title. All the Ripper wants to do is rip you apart. So is he going to keep his eye on the prize? Is he going to try to come out and win this title? Or is his anger, is maybe his lack of focus, maybe his aggression going to cost the Lord, when the Lord finally comes out of it, a chance to get back into the SSU? One thing's for sure. Yeah, Totes puts it on the line. Totes comes up with this idea to do this. And don't get me wrong, as the announcer, I'm saying it's ingenious, but I don't think he expected to step in the ring with the Lord, and then Totes hates to lose, so he's not just going to lay down and let the Ripper beat him. The Ripper is going to have to get after him. And while I've got zero doubt the Ripper is really going to be causing some damage in this match, will he go after the win? Or will he just be trying to cause damage to whoever's in the ring with him? Very interesting, very scary times. At least I would think for Totes. I would not want to be in the ring with the Ripper whatsoever. And then we've been seeing the Wise Man coming down with Totes ever since this war started. So now these guys on the outside of the ring fighting in the sand. And I'm going to tell you what, you think sand nice and fluffy, but I don't think there's a lot of sand that's down on top of this concrete. We are still in an arena of some sort. And so these guys being on the outside, and you can see this is hardcore. There are no rules. There will be no count out. So, we talked about the champion's advantage before, but that doesn't even really apply here. With no count out, there is going to be a winner in this match. The title belt will change hands unless somehow there's some kind of double disqualification. And I don't know if I'd want to be on the outside of the ring with either one of these guys. That's old Jay Savage. What's going on, Temple? Welcome to the show. The scary thing is right now, and I think Totes realizes one thing, he better stay in control of this match, because the second he doesn't, the Lord can catch up in a hurry. 1, 2, not even a 2 count. Right now, so far, Totes dominating this match, but what is that going to mean, like, going forward? Oh, look at that. You could almost use the word dastardly when you talk about Totes. And that all that did was piss the Ripper off. Ripper pissed off right now. And I think Totes might be realizing maybe that was a mistake. Maybe we don't want to poke the bear, poke the monster. And like I said, like, look, Totes, yeah, he's got the hard head style. He's got, oh, look at that. Call that the heart attack move. Look, Totes is almost out right there based on the heart attack. And right now, setting up for it, the Blackpool Slam. But look, Totes knows not to get involved in that. To stay on the outside of that. Totes now going to try to put the extraction on him, and he does. 2. Okay, let me look when it comes back around. Might be by Pyro. Yeah, when they get back around there, I'll look at it and see who it is. So the Ripper gets hit with the extraction. That's going to put most people out right away. And already a 2 count. If that doesn't show you the impact of the sand on the outside of the ring, like not the place you want to be at. Not the place you want to be. The Ripper's starting to move a little slow. Like, I'm shocked that we're at that point right there. Picks him up. Oh, and right into that barricade. Right into the wooden barricade right there. Totes getting out of the way. Totes now trying to let it fly. Picks up the Ripper and comes right back down. Ripper might have tweaked his knee right there, like hitting that side piece. Oh, that is SC Jumpman. He has been in the TCW since season 1. Totes now trying to fight back. Totes doing everything he can right now to deliver some devastating blows to the Ripper. Is that going to matter? Or is it just going to make the Ripper even more mad? And here's another good point. Jay Savage could absolutely get involved. It is a no DQ match. So, yeah, I don't even know how both guys would end up getting disqualified. But Jay Savage could, by all rights, get involved. What is going on, Tony? Welcome to the show. What is that? Little helicopter action going on. Oh, the Ripper. Oh, fools Totes. It looked like, oh, right down to Georgia country, right down in the old peaches. Picking him a pile of peppered peaches right there. And Totes, I don't know how he kicked out of that. You know, you hit Frankie Two Fingers in the peaches and we're done. Game over. Oh, that is the Blackpool Slam right there put on him by the Ripper. And now both men have kicked out of each other's finishing moves, which is crazy. You rarely ever see anybody kick out of the Blackpool Slam. You rarely see anybody kick out of the extraction. But that is what we've seen. And now the Ripper is like, let's just bring it back inside here. And he looks pissed off. Oh, he's calling for some stuff right here. And now laying the boots to the chest of Totes McGoats. Totes McGoats may have bit off a lot more than he can chew, and it looks like the Ripper kind of might have bit off a little more than he expected. But, you know, why not get in? Why not get in a little exercise if you know you're not getting into the gym as regularly as you'd like to? So, you know, get a few push-ups in. Why not? Oh, the Ripper trying to bring him over the top now. Put him in that form of Boston Crab. Is Totes going to tap out? No. Oh! Toad's trying to get it turned back around, but look at his back. That sand really rubbing that backside raw out on the outside of the ring. Jeez. What is that? Huge forearm. 1, 2, 3, and the Ripper gets the first pin and the first step towards returning to the SSU. And look at what Jay Savage did right there. Took off that turnbuckle pad. The Wise Man distracting the Ripper, but this time Totes is like, is this thing on? Oh! Look, Totes! I think the Ripper knocked Totes for so silly. That Totes doing a little bit of loopy things. Like the Ripper might need to get him again, like hit him in the head again and get him back on track. Oh, calling for it again. And look, you know, you even look at just this move alone. Totes, that back rubbing against the sand. I mean, that alone, think about that. You know, you're down at the beach, you're getting sand in places you shouldn't get, and now you got to wrestle. Like, oh, heart attack. The heart attack maneuver again. That could be it. 1, 2, 3. And the Ripper and the Lord Arthur Stevenson, your brand new.
Here's your winner and new world champion, Lord Arthur Stevenson.
Your brand new SSU world champion, who now can return to the SSU. He can't do it today. He's got a one-day contract with the TCW, but he can return tomorrow. Absolutely crazy. And look, I think when Totes put this out, you know, he wanted to put it out probably to troll in another kind of way and say, oh yeah, look, I'm going to come out here, I'm going to do the thing. Matter of fact, I'm going to take the guy you just banished and I'm going to beat him. And then I don't think Totes expected to see the Ripper come out and the Ripper take Totes to task right there and earn his way back after a retirement match. I mean, you can't say that the SSU World Champion, the SSU World title, controls the solo season universe, and now that title is in the hands of the Lord. So crazy. I mean, that's another crazy twist in this war with the SSU. What does that mean for SSU programming? What does that mean for TCW programming? I thought we ended up, you know, they ended up winning the contract of Blackheart, and I thought, well, bam, you know, we just took the right hand of Jay Savage, and Totes, with a miscalculation, ends up losing basically the contract back to the SSU and losing the title belt that he stole. So, congrats going out there, but looks like the world of the SSU is about to change again. Was that really Totes' plan? Highly doubtful. Oh, and right in. They don't even do anything. But some more interesting news in the world of the story of the battle between the SSU and TCW. we just recently found out that Kyle Graves signed his TCW contract. But what we didn't know, Kyle Graves does have a twin brother named St. Cloud who signed an SSU contract. So now both brothers divided in the war between TCW and the SSU. Because of that, because he signed his contract, because he wants to be more in the arena of the hardcore, he is in a 2 out of 3 falls count match tonight against Digital Dog. So another crazy twist in this match. Now, Digital has absolutely been dominating this hardcore division since he won this title. Coming up now with 4 different title defenses. Yeah, now it's it's weird, Miguel, because now, and honestly, you probably could have did the same thing. Like, Totes probably would have, had you lost that match, Totes probably would have put the belt on the line against you. But I think that plan backfired on Totes. I think Totes was trying to rub it in and did not go the way he planned. You guys haven't been, what is this? Well, we don't know what that is, but that was almost going to be the end of the career of Kyle Graves. Like, I don't think, you look at Digital Dogs, you look at the height of Digital Dogs, the largest man between TCW and the SSU. And how many times is he going to try that move? I don't know, but it was more than once, twice, 3 times a lady. More like 3 times a drop kick. But didn't work. Now, this is where we know Kyle Graves really better have the oh, that's not the good strategy. Really needed to have that strategy to keep Digital Dogs on the ground. Really try to wear him out while he's on the ground, whether that means Kyle's going to the ropes, he's coming off the ropes, he's going off the top turnbuckle, whether he's doing whatever he's doing. Really should have kept him on the ground. Instead, picks him up, and that's exactly where Digital wants to be. Now, you can see Digital Dog coming out with almost the full power of the TWO. And there's a lot of things, too, right now going on with the TWO that we don't even know about. We have seen the TWO show up on the SSU. What does that mean? We have seen the TWO recruit. And look, because of the crazy thing that just happened, but we see now Andrew Dubs back in the TWO. We know JP is in the TWO. So, what does this mean for the SSU? Does that mean that JP signed a TWO contract and Andrew Dubs signed a TCW contract? We see Matt Storm in the TWO. He's another one on both sides. And look, to be fair, Digital Dogs also on both sides of the table. So what is the plans of the TWO going forward? Oh, that's an owie. That's a Rot-Rose Skedios. And Digital getting the first pin in this match. These are the only two, these first two are the only 2 matches that are a 2 out of 3 falls count match. Can Kyle come back? We have seen Kyle do some crazy things where he's able to come back. You know, while we're not going to do a poll for this match, we'll do more polls moving forward. But why we're not going to do a poll for this match, what we are going to do is something else. Oh, look at this. Oh! Matt Storm almost becoming the perfect storm. Kyle Graves doesn't see it. Then Matt just barely steps to the side. Digital able to hit him with that guitar. What's going on, Kaylee? Welcome to the show. And Miguel, welcome to the show. I know I talked to you, but I didn't say welcome to the show. But one thing we are going to do right now, one thing that we can do, is it's that time of the month. 5 membership gifts coming out right now from the Totes My Goats channel. Now, guys, realize if you become a member of Totes My Goats, and not through free membership, but an actual member, and we're still only 1 member away from getting more emotes unlocked. But the free memberships kind of give you an idea of the stuff that's out there. You get to see the shorts early. We will get into some free streams for members, but all that stuff goes right back into the channel. And Rut-Row again, that has got to be it. No way you get slammed on the beach and walk away. And this goes to show the exact thing I've been talking about. Digital Dogs trying to make the hardcore title matter again.
The Universal Hardcore Champion, the Destroyer, Dino Dog.
But trying to make this hardcore title matter again, he's already changed up how he defends the title, and he defends it in these 2 out of 3 false count matches. But yeah, congratulations to the free gifted memberships. We will give 5 more away when we get to the main event tonight. But big shout out to Callie, Raymond Jones, Triple Beat. Go check out his channel as well. Radioactive Bun and Ghost. Congratulations, free memberships going out to you guys right now. But yeah, absolutely crazy. You start looking at the history of the hardcore title, and it has never been defended more than 3 or 4 times, and that was by Milkman. Well, let me take it back. Rated R2K defended it 5 times, and with that win right there, Digital Dogs just tied Rated R2K for the most title defenses of the hardcore title by beating Kyle Graves 2-0 right there. So crazy. Now, this isn't going to go down the same way. This is a one-time, 1-fall count match, but Sid B going to be putting that hardcore title now on the line against Monica Monroe.
The following is a no-holds-barred match and is for the Women's Hardcore Championship.
Now, the crazy thing, you look at the men's hardcore title, it's been around since season 1. The women, on the other hand, it didn't start until season 3, and then the belt got retired. It was only for 10 episodes of season 3. Belt retired, did not return until season 6. So that was last season when it returns. Yeah, but Weapon X, let's be honest. You don't have anything that Totes would want. You know what I mean? When you had things, you didn't want to wrestle. And when you don't have them, then you wanted to wrestle. That's the storyline. And I would imagine, I'm Frankie Two Fingers. I'm not really speaking for Totes, but I would imagine he's following that same kind of deal. Now, maybe there is something that gets worked out now that neither one of us have anything. Maybe you go after the Lord to try to get that belt back. I don't know. Don't know. I know at one time Totes was trying to chase down your contract, and then he was didn't want your contract. So I don't know. And Totes is retired from the SSU, so I don't know. I don't know how that all plays out. We had a really cool storyline all worked out, and then it got all jacked up once again for the third time. So we just have to see how it goes. But what a different twist right now in the SSU. Didn't see it going down that way. Really thought the number one contender would be fighting Totes for that title. Now it looks like they're going to be fighting either the Ripper or the Lord. Who knows who's going to show up. But Sid B now making her way down to the ring. And back to this. What's crazy right now, Sid B has won and defended the title one time. But she is going to defend it against the person that had the longest title reign. Again, she's got it too at 5 title defenses. She's going to have it too, or at 6 title defenses. So Monica Monroe, technically the longest ever reigning on the men or the women's side, longest reigning hardcore champion. And Monica Monroe, when she won it, it was actually called the women's knockout title, and you had to win it by knockout. Weird stuff happened with the game, wasn't allowed to do it, so they changed the name to the hardcore title, and here we are.
Introducing the challenger from Berlin, Germany.
You know what's also crazy?
From Boston, the women's hardcore champion, the Movable Objects, Cindy.
You know what's also crazy? What is going on? Sam, welcome to the show. What's also crazy, speaking of that, me and X had some like epic battles early on a couple years ago. Won't even get into that. That's like podcastable stuff. Never ever worked out, right? Never worked out. Huge matches. I mean, some that could have been the biggest in SSU. Like, they were amazing, some amazing matches. And I always say that I've only ever one time been pinned in the SSU, and that's true. In a one-on-one match by one person, and it's X. He was the only one to ever beat me way back in the day. Ever since then, undefeated. Nobody could pin me. So, would have been amazing, but just never worked out. But what's crazy about all of it, being retired in the SSU, right, with that undefeated streak, I just lost, or Totes just lost the belt. The SSU World title, just lost the belt on TCW programming. Still undefeated in any SSU ring. Didn't think about it until X brought it up, until Kaylee brought it up, but yeah, still undefeated in an SSU ring since Weapon X. Now, Weapon X is probably the only one Totes would really come out of retirement for. Once it matters. But right now, looks like they've got some bigger fish to fry with their world title picture. So the thing, we look at Sid B. Sid B, second largest female wrestler, of course, Crimson, the largest female wrestler in the TCW. But what's crazy about this, Monica Monroe, and what makes her such a great hardcore champion, she can hit you with her finishing move called the Stomp from anywhere. She can hit it off the second rope. She can hit it off the third rope. She can hit you off the thing. She can whip you into the whatever. Like, it doesn't matter. She can hit you standing up. Oh, look. Monica's starting to get fired up, and Sid said she's not having it. She can get fired up all she wants. Huge slam. 1, 2. Holy Moses. Holy Moses. I'm going to tell you what. if you're fighting against the likes of a, right up underneath the chin, is that going to be the great equalizer in this match? And right when it looked like Monica was kind of getting back in control, like she was going to turn it around, Sid B said no. Sid B not having it and getting right back after Monica. Now, we've seen Monica take a lot of punishment and come back and win a match. But I don't know that she has stepped in the ring with the likes necessarily of a Sid B. She stepped in the ring with her, let me rephrase that, because she stepped in like a long time ago when she was early in her career, but right now Sid B really like coming into her own. So you look at the size of Sid and then starting to have that wrestling acumen. Still not as much as Monica, still doesn't have as much ring experience as Monica, but she has a lot more since the last time those two met. So Monica's starting to realize that this is not the same wrestler that she defended her title against to win it for the sixth time or to defend it for the sixth time. So is Monica going to be able to make some adjustments and keep her wits about her? Like right there, probably wouldn't have jumped out with the shovel. Probably wouldn't have jumped out and went after. I would have waited in the ring, kept the advantage. Tried to catch her off guard, make her come back up after me, but Sid B right now looking like she's got things well in hand. And two, Cali Totes is only retired in the SSU. He obviously wrestles in the TCW. I bet you, though, next time Miguel and the Lord try to do a retirement match, it'll have to be retiring from all E-federations, like not having the ability to move to another one. How do you even get up from that? Like, we saw Digital pull something very similar, or the Lord pulled something very similar with that heart attack move. He hit Totes with it twice. The second time put him down for good.
Here is your winner, and still women's hardcore champion, the movable object, Cindy.
But then Sid uses that weight in the forearm and comes down right on top of the head. Like, how do you even come back from something like that? You know what I mean? Dang near impossible. Now that we got over all the early shenanigans, guess who's back? And he's back in a big way. Trying to win back the titles. Not quite yet, but soon. We'll try to win back the tag team titles in TCW. So right now, moving forward until episode 8 or season 8 kicks in, people can still win. People can still go back and forth. But season 8, the hard divide will happen. So there's a couple matches tonight where some people are going to be trying to get their name in the record books or in the history books of TCW.
It's scheduled for one fall and is for the women's, the Universal World Television Championship.
What is going on, Angel? Welcome to the show. Currently, you and your tag team partner, Raymond Jones, the Universal World Tag Team Champions, you will be putting those titles on the line tonight against the new SSU World Champion, Arthur Stevenson, and the owner of the SSU, Jay Savage. But right now, Witcher trying to get her hands on the television championship. It's funny, I see Witcher in all these other federations And I watch it, and she just doesn't wrestle the same. Like, it's not the same. Definitely got a different sauce here in TCW. But right now, going and trying to win the title against the lady known as the Legend Killer, Jane. So this is going to be quite the match. Universal Women's Television title on the line. Well, that's kind of what wrestling is about. You got to have a little bit of beef, you know what I mean? They're expanding the cause to 200, right? And they're also expanding the images from 1,000 to 2,000. Now, to be fair, that's not even a real thing. You're not allowed 1,000 images. You're allowed a size, and the size that they show in the game isn't even correct. That is also wrong. My size is always like a quarter of what they say is allowed. So, yeah, I don't know. Here's what I do know. I'm very excited that they are expanding it. I think this is step one. Hopefully step two will be, I don't think we'll ever need more than 200 cause, but expanding the images. We need to expand the images to like 3,000 or 4,000. Wink, wink, whatever that means.
Introducing the challenger from the Queen City, the Witch, Tony Cox. And her opponent from Blackpool, England, the Universal World Television Champion, the Legend Killer, Jane.
Yeah, I gave you the ability to do that. Yep. So, I think it's a good first step. I think they're doing a lot of things in the weapon mechanics range, and they're doing the stuff, but there's no way we could have 200. You see, right now we have about 97 unique cause in our universe, and there are times you don't see your character for up to 10 episodes because I can't fit everybody in. And because we're storyline driven, if you're not a part of the storyline or something I can fit in, we don't see you for a little bit until I can fit you in. That was the problem with some of the newcomers. Like we have El Toro that was coming. He's now going to the SSU, but we had El Toro coming in. But the issue is, didn't give me a lot to go on, and with so many stories happening, it's hard to fit in a bunch of storylines. Like the fact that you're a wrestler isn't a storyline. There's 97 of those. So finding the right thing, like it's been a long time since we saw Jane. We didn't see Ozzy for a while. We didn't see Phoenix for a little bit. We didn't see Totes for a little bit. I don't think a lot of people even realize this, but Totes was missing from about 22 straight episodes in season 7. So it's got to be a thing. Yeah, I don't know who that is right now, Kaylee. I don't recognize that at all. And we can't. But I have a feeling one day we might. But yeah, they went to an indie federation. That's what I got to say about all the ones. That's what people got to say about mine. Like, there's no way to recognize. I recognize all E federations, and I need all E federations to do very well, but I can't recognize exact E federations and buy into their stories. That's too many of them. There's like 155,000 of them. You know what I mean? So I get it, but yeah, that's not. The who isn't a thing. They left for an indie federation is. But that could change in the future. Look at these two, and right there. Oh, and Witcher didn't appreciate that at all. Get with Solo. He'll talk to you about it. Independent Federation. That's what they call the Solo will explain it to you. Wrestling stuff. And now, oh, you didn't know? That is something that we have not seen Witcher do before. We have seen her do something off the top rope, but we have not seen her do that move. And here we go. And you can see with her days that she's spent in the Wolfpack, she has put that in as of this season. And that move has helped her win the Universal Women's Television title.
Here is your winner and new Women's the Universal World Television Champion, the Witch, Tony Cox.
Yeah, it's funny, and this is the stuff that we're gonna have that we'll have some podcasts about, but and E-Federations where the fighting is what matters, like you get into the ring and you fight, and because you won, that's what matters. It's basically the UFC. Yeah, everybody can recognize everybody, doesn't even matter. In federations where it's storyline driven, you can't do it. Like I would have to be able, you see the kind of detail that I give you about our wrestlers and our title histories. It's all real. It's written down. I've got it. It's right here. I show it to you guys. You guys actually have access to it on my Discord. I would have to do that with everybody to recognize, oh, you're the 97-time champion over here and the 42-time champion over here and the 90. I don't have time for all that. Nobody does. So the only way to do it in story-driven E-Federations is to recognize them as an indie federation where you don't recognize titles or their titles. Not saying you didn't win it, you did, but it doesn't matter in our universe. And I don't think that's the thing that people are understanding about what's so big right now about an SSU TCW war for real. We're not doing it as a crossover event. We're doing it to merge into one universe, separate E-Federations merged into one universe where now your titles do matter to TCW wrestlers. Now the TCW titles do matter in the SSW or SSU. So when you're looking at, oh, he's a 3-time world champion, it's a recognizable thing. So yeah, not easy to do. We're still in the middle of landing those planes, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, we're going to do a whole podcast about it because I don't think people understand, and then people get their feelings hurt. Oh, I'm a real E-Federation. Of course you are. I need you to do well. That's not what I'm saying. But this isn't a place where, yeah, wins and losses matter, don't get me wrong, but they matter in the context of the story. They matter like it's a wrestling show, not a UFC pay-per-view event. So, most are run like UFC, some are run like wrestling promotions. No right or wrong way to do it. That's just how I do it. And we've already seen this. We talked about this already, but we've already seen it. And you can see bringing down the SSU World Championship belt. But now Jay Savage and the Lord coming out in the Lord Arthur Stevenson stuff. Not coming out as the Ripper. Coming out to try to win back. They've already won the Universal Tag Team titles, but coming out to try to win them again. You got Angel and you got Raymond Jones trying to put the titles on the line in a prove-it match one more time against the SSU Superstars. And it's amazing. Like, you can tell that's like a mental transformation. Oh, look at these two. The powers of pain now in their full glory. Used to be in the Wolfpack, Jakai though leaving. And really a neat story, bought an E-Federation. And now leaving to go take care of that, leaving to go get that thing off the ground. And these two shifting from members of the Wolfpack to now becoming the Powers of Pain and winning the Universal Tag Team Championship title belts against the Lord and against Jay Savage. And then the other member that is in the Powers of Pain, Recon Delta, in this group as well, going on to win the Universal World title. He will be putting that title belt also on the line here tonight.
The following is a tag team match set for one fall and is for the Universal World Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers at a combined weight of 531 pounds, the World Champions, Lord Arthur Stevenson and Jay the Infiltrators. And their opponents at a combined weight of 513 pounds, the Universal World Tag Team Champions, Raymond Jones and Angel, the Powers of Pain.
So brand new, unique badging for the Powers of Pain. Brand new, newly developed Powers of Pain logos. Now, they got their gear on. They didn't have it all on when they won these title belts, but they've got them on now. Getting ready to do battle. Can they prove that they earned it? When we went back and you watched the first match that these two teams had against each other, it looked like at the time the champions, Jay Savage and the Lord, were in control of that match. And then out of nowhere, Powers of Pain hit their finishing maneuver, and they hit it twice. Their tag team finishing maneuver, they hit it twice and hit it quick. And the Powers of Pain end up coming out winning that match. So, absolutely crazy. Can they prove it, though, here tonight? Can they find a way to keep it going here tonight? You know, if you guys are in the Discord, we've been doing some really interesting stuff, whether you're in the SSU Discord or you're in... Look at the state of this, and since we've seen Jay Savage losing a little bit of weight, starting to see a little bit more of the... Starting to see a little bit more of that luchador style that when he first got into wrestling, how he kind of learned. Now, move through, learn some different things, you know, so it's not all luchador, but part of it is. And we're starting to see some of that. It's fine, but you knew that if he was going to be, if Roman Reigns was in it, he was going to win, like, you know what I mean? So, I mean, it's fine. We are going to see when 2K26 comes out, because there are 200 cost slots, because of trying to merge two E-Federations in to one universe, if we can land the ship, you guys are going to see a Royal Rumble event like nothing you've ever seen before, which then also goes right back into what I was talking about. If this were out in the real world, it wouldn't be WWE 2K19, it would be TCW 2K19. So with that thought in mind, knowing there's a standard, a deluxe, and a special edition, I went through and made the TCW 2K series starting at 2K19, going back all 7 seasons, and then including the Season 8 covers of what those games would look like with you guys on the cover. It took me quite some time to do it, but all of them are published now in my Discord. 2K25 and 2K26 covers are put in the SSU Discord, but yeah, quite some cool stuff. Go check it out. See if you guys made the cover of one of the video games. Will you make the cover in 27? Like, who knows? But now we got a new thing to look forward to. Quite a cool idea, though. And now, seeing the Lord, Arthur Stevenson, back in the ring, not as the Ripper. And you can see, like, some of it has got to be mental, because just a few matches ago, we saw the scars opened up. Now you see they're closed. So it's really, the power of the mind is a crazy place. And that's the other thing. When you looked at Miguel and you looked at the Lord's match, Miguel comes out on top. When you look at that match, the implications even for the TCW, what happens now if the Lord is in the TCW, if that's where he was going to end up being, what does that do to our world title picture? What does that do to our hardcore title picture? Like, that could have been a real thing, but instead the Ripper winning that title back from Totes tonight, able to return back to the SSU. So it's funny, this is how detailed those covers are. If you look at the 2K19 covers, they look a certain way. If you look at the next one, they look a little better and a little better, like the technology was getting better. That was not easy to do. This is why it took me a few weeks to make it all happen. A lot of trial and error. But you can see Arthur really getting after it right now, doing the stuff, and was absolutely in control of the match. You had Raymond Jones kind of out for a little bit on that side match right there. Raymond now back on his feet, but the Lord really starting to take control of the match. And you got to wonder, with the SSU title back in his hands, maybe that's that little confidence boost he needs. I don't think Arthur has ever been accused of not having confidence, but there's still a little bit of a boost when things happen, when you've got that title belt over your shoulder, you got the title belt around your waist, you go to bed at night and that title belt's laying right there, and you can look at it and say, yeah, that's mine, I won that, I earned it. Arthur now on the outside, Angel's starting to pick up the pecani sauce, starting to pick up the pace. And Arthur back on his feet, back over, Angel getting Raymond Jones tagged back into the match. And this is all of a sudden how things started going. The champions right now, the Powers of Pain, started getting the quick tags in and out, started staying a little fresher than the other team. And this is how the last time Jay Savage and Arthur lost the match. Now, they're doing things a little bit different. You can see they've got a little bit different strategy going on right now. With that strategy being keeping Jay Savage maybe a little fresher in the match. Arthur taking the brunt of it. Arthur, obviously, he doesn't realize it, but in quite the match a little bit earlier. And that is Angel's finishing move called the Halo. But Jay Savage able to get in and break that up. You know, sometimes, too, we see these title matches happen with the Universal titles, and you've got to eliminate the other team. That is not what is going on here tonight. The first pin, it's a pin and you win. It's a tap and you got it. I was going to say a tap and you snap, but that doesn't make a lot of sense. And you got to know that the Lord's got to be a little bit gassed. Here, well, what is he doing here? Looks like he's biting the nose of Raymond Jones. Now getting him over in the corner. Double team action going on in here right now and going right after the lower back of Raymond Jones. And look, you look at a guy as big as Raymond Jones, that is not a bad way to go. You know, that is not a bad way to do. And it's going to be interesting, too, when we see the SSU and the TCW actually do this joint. They're going to have 15 wrestlers in the ring. We're going to have 15 wrestlers in the ring. And I'm telling you, you've never seen the likes of it. The rules that we got for this Royal Rumble, absolutely amazing. Every single entrant that comes in matters. Every single elimination that happens and how it happens is going to matter. That's going to be something you don't want to miss. Oh! Angel saying he had enough of it. Went over. Shotgun kick right to the face. Both barrels to the Lord. Lord gets out. And look, that is a super smart move. Raymond gets him back in, so Angel gets in. Double shotgun kick, gets right back out, allows Raymond to get the tag in, and now two brand new men going on. And oh, we talked about it before. The Halo. And Jay Savage able to recover. You know, Jay Savage, you can see it on his character. Triple butterfly everywhere. Are we going to see the triple butterfly coming to Angel? Don't know. He gets it turned back around. Champions again. Doing the thing, and oh, is this going to be... No, it's not, but I thought we were going to see their finishing move coming again, but instead, 6 kicks to the abdomen. Call me in the morning. Raymond Jones putting the Vulcan death grip on Jay Savage, but Jay Savage is not going to tap to that. It's hilarious, but only one guy I've ever seen tap to that in the TCW, and that was Totes. It was an absolutely brutal match. And eventually that is the move that Totes ends up tapping out to. Jay Savage trying to get his wits back about him, trying to get back around, but Angel able to stay on top. Huge drop kick. And Angel really kind of turning this match back around with those drop kicks. We've seen him deliver these drop kicks in about 3 or 4 different ways. And really starting to get after it. You know, now they're going right back to the midsection of Jay Savage. Is this going to set up something for Raymond Jones? Raymond Jones starting to really make some inroads right now against Jay Savage. And look, every time they start getting somewhere, they get right back in to the double team action, and really thought we would see their finishing move. We saw it a couple times in the last match they had to win the titles. Thought we would see it here tonight, but Angel's setting up for it again. And you got to believe if he can get the halo in one more time, and almost did it, but Jay Savage at least realized if he got it in one more time, we're going to have problems. And here it is, blocks the halo straight in to the triple butterfly. Did the SSU just win back the Universal Tag Team titles? 1, 2. And getting a 2 count. Getting a 2 count right there. Now Jay Savage getting out of there, and I thought we were going to see the fakes doing the. I think Raymond Jones is shocked, and what a move! The Lord goes into it, has him on his.
Here are your winners, Jay Savage and Lord Arthur Stevenson.
He goes.
He
has him up on his shoulders, looking like he might do the Blackpool Slam, then says, no, I'm going to carry him somewhere else. Flips him right back, hits him with it, and I think Raymond Jones was shocked at what he was seeing. Wasn't even able to get into the ring to break it up. And you want to talk about a guy having a night. You got the Lord winning the SSU World Championship and earning his right to go back to the SSU, and now also becoming the Universal Tag Team Champions with Jay Savage for the second time. But you want to talk about an absolutely crazy end to a match. That is what we're talking about right there. Now, we talk about this, but, we look at some big matches, and the crazy thing about this one, you got the Gatecrashers, the longest reigning Women's Universal Tag Team Champions, going against a team that is undefeated in tag team title matches. Like, how's that going to go down? What is going on? Maine, welcome to the show. Gatecrashers bringing their brand new logos, trying to sell that merch, you know what I mean? Bringing them logos down. Showing off the new duds, getting ready to try and bring back around their waist and become the first women to defeat the Road Warriors 2.0, the daughters of Road Warrior Hawk and Animal, Falcon and Spider, and trying to win for the first time the Universal Women's Tag Team title belts. The Gatecrashers defended these title belts 7 times. It's a record longest streak of any title belts of either the United States, the Intercontinental Tag Team title belts, but defended the Universal Tag Team title belts 7 straight times. Road Warriors have done it 3, can make it 4 here tonight if they can get the win. And you look at these women, they're coming down to the ring looking scary as all heck. Like, you don't want to step in the ring with them. But that is what these ladies are fixing to do here in just a second. Get in the ring with them once again.
The following is a tag team match set for one fall and is for the Universal Women's World Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers, Smooth Operator Sarah and the Russian Gladiator Rip Patera. Universal Tag Team Champions, the Falcon and the Spider, the Road Warriors.
Before this match gets started, another really unique thing that has happened is Witcher tonight with her win just tied Rebecca Dawn for the most Universal Women's Television title wins at 4. Now, we go through and we look. While she has won the belt 4 times, it has been a while since she had a really good run with that title belt. At one point, really early on, all the way back in season 2, she did defend that title 3 times before having to vacate it. Didn't lose it, then came back. Quite a few seasons later, in season 6, as a matter of fact, won the title a couple more times, and now looking at it again here in season 7, getting that 4th television title win. Also, guys, while you're here, drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, turn on the bell notification so you don't miss any time we go live. Share the video. Most important thing you can actually do, if you're so inclined, become a member of the Bark Squad for very affordable payments, payment options. So do that. Buy your ticket while you're here. All the money goes back into the channel. And we will see right now if the Gatecrashers can hand the Road Warriors their first loss. Now, big stage. We're at Bash at the Beach. So they're trying to do it on one of the biggest stages out there. And boy, wouldn't it be nice to be at the beach at this time of year. So Sarah going for that pin, but it's going to take a lot more than to pin Falcon that fast. And right now it looks like the Gatecrashers really have a very good strategy trying to keep Falcon in. Oh, that punch woke Falcon up, and Falcon now getting back to doing what she's doing. Is she going to start getting Rapincha over in the corner, maybe doing the double team move over there? You know, the crazy Russian not wanting to do it. And you look at the Gatecrashers, they got 2 very unique finishing moves. Sarah tried to jump in, and it looks like right there on that dive might have gotten split open. Don't know if maybe she caught one of those sequins on the boots of Sarah. But definitely looks like she might have been cut open there. Sarah able to keep her in the ring. And yeah, you can see it right there on top of her head. It was hard to see that other angle, but you can see her doing it now. And right back in. Oh, there it goes again. Falcon, though, trying to do a little sneaky move. Trying to catch Rapincha, the crazy Russian, off guard. Rapincha gets out of the way, but Falcon right back into it. And now showing her that, hey, yeah, my forehead might be bleeding a little bit, but I don't care. I'm tough enough, I'll headbutt you with it. And I don't think that Rapincha cares. You can see the bloody handprints all over her outfit, trying to add some more, but Rapincha unable to pick up Spider. And now Spider in the match, and this is probably why they were really trying to focus and keep Falcon in the match. Right now, Spider very fresh coming into this match, able to turn it around, able to get things going back in the way of the Road Warriors. And right now, Spider really getting the tables turned. Kind of does her thing and gets right back out of the ring. So you can see that it almost looks like Falcon is going to be the one trying to take on the brunt of the match, trying to be the one that stays in while they try to keep Spider as fresh as they can. So if something happens like this, if Falcon can survive it when Spider gets into the ring, she's got the ability to turn things around and quickly back for the other team and then get Falcon back in and stay in control of the match. So right now it looks like that is a thing that is working out very well. Oh, that is a huge slam right there. But remember, it doesn't take much for the gate crashers to turn things around. Oh, 5 face plants right there, right back into the thing. Yeah, that's not really what it's called, so we'll go ahead and just take that one, remove that one. Yeah, that's something that that the Lord said, so. And can you imagine somebody coming off the top rope like that and hitting an elbow like that? Now we know that Repentia, her finishing move comes off that top rope. And it's called the bloody gumdrop. So I think Spider trying to get things turned around, show that she can come off the top rope, but that's still dangerous. You look at the size of Sarah, you look at the size. Oh, and Repentia using the referee, grabbing her shirt, stopping, and then turning things right back around, now getting Sarah back into the ring. And again, that is the finishing move of the Gate Crashers too. And I thought for a second there we had brand new Women's Universal Champions, but Spider able to kick out. You got to wonder if that was reversed around and that was Falcon that was in the ring. Would that have been the way to do it? You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know if Falcon would have been able to kick out. Like, because she is, again, she's taking on the brunt of this match. So would she have been able to do it? Oh, we didn't even ask who's going to win this match yet. So many matches, you know what I mean? So many things going downtown with the Julie Browns. And we might be way late in this one. I might even be too late to put this in. But Sarah tries to get in and breaks it up. Well, I got it in. It might be just in time, you know what I mean? Might have got it in just in time. And now the champion's going right back. And it's hard to argue with whatever their logic is, you know what I mean? Like, we look at a lot of different things. Oh, that's an owie. We look at what they're doing, but they have been undefeated since coming in to the TCW in championship matches. So how do you argue with what the Road Warriors are doing? 2. And Repentia able to kick out again in 2, but how many more of those kickouts does she really have in her? Kind of makes you think she's got to find a way to get Sarah into this match and get her into it really soon if they want to win. And going right to the back. Able to get Sarah in, and that looks like it stopped Falcon from getting out of the match. But Falcon going over, knowing that she had a chance to stay in control, and that's exactly what she did. Now going right back after Repentia, going after those legs, and that's going to make it harder for Repentia to come off those top ropes. Falcon, though, absolutely just fighting through it. Like, every time I start to doubt Falcon. But only a 1 count on Sarah, and that's why I was saying I think she needs to get her in now. Repentia wisely distracting Falcon, allowing Sarah to get back to her feet. Can Sarah turn this into something? Oh, gets her again in another submission hold. But Falcon able to fight through it. And look at this. You thought Sarah was going to take, like, just getting beat up in the corner. Sarah fighting her way through, hooks the leg. 1, 2. And that might be setting up. Well, it wasn't setting up what I thought, but it does set up a double team move and a huge boot right there. Sarah getting back out. Falcon wanting to get out. Falcon now fighting through it. And dumps Rapincha right on her head. You can see how slow right now Falcon is moving and how unslow Spider is moving. So that's got to scare you a little bit. If you're the Gate Crashers right now, Road Warriors 2.0 in control of this match. And I thought Sarah might have been able to reach over and tag in her tag partner, but unable to get that done. Oh, I thought Spider kind of had the reversal going on, and I don't know that it was the smartest thing to stop Spider from, like, tagging out of the match. Like, I probably would have let her tag out, you know what I mean? Get Falcon back in this match. But right now, and look at this huge slam. Little lady. And Spider just going nuts right now. Just absolutely going crazy. Oh, what is this? This can't be good either. And right down, back on the neck and shoulder area. Oh, telling her to get up. Kind of coaxing her. And now goes for the pin. Oh, and the dirty pin at that. But Sarah able to kick out in one. Sarah ducks it again, and now this time when she ducks it, able to get in control. You know, we've seen the Gate Crashers ducking moves, but unable to turn those ducks into reversals. So now, Rapincha trying to stay in control of the match, and you can tell, might be even trying to set her up for the Bloody Russian. Gets Falcon to come in and try to break it up. Can she keep her in? Is she going to set her up for it? I even thought maybe she was going to go for the double team move. Maybe the Gate Crashers were going to do their thing. Oh, she's calling for it. And a huge elbow to intercept Spider from getting the emergency tag, but still Spider finding a way to kick out. You know, you wonder why I say the TCW has the greatest women's division ever. Matches like this proving why these women are the greatest in the business. Now, Rapincha knows that she's got the momentum, but she also knows as the challenger, they do not have the champion's advantage, so she has to get Spider back in the ring. 2, 3, and we have brand new Universal Women's World Tag Team Champions. First 5-star match of the night. And you know, here's the other crazy thing that just happened that we hadn't talked about. No women's tag team has ever won the Universal Women's Tag Team title belts twice. Every team that has won it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different teams have won the belts. There's one lady that has won it twice, but she was in two different tag teams. So no team has ever won it twice. The Gatecrashers now not only the longest reigning Universal Women's Tag Team titles, but now also the very first team to win it twice and the first team to beat the Road Warriors in a title match. Absolutely crazy. What a big night for the TCW here tonight. Now, we often have these conversations about who is the best women's champion of all time. And for a long time, it was up in the air between Ozzy and Cheyenne. Then I think there was a point in time where it kind of switched, where Witcher becomes the clear number 2, maybe even pushing for number 1.
The following is scheduled for one fall and is for the Women's World Championship.
Ozzy becomes our very first 10-time world champion. A little bit later, Witcher becomes the second to win the world title 10 times. Never been done on the guy's side. Matter of fact, Totes has won the world title 6 times. Rowdy has won the world title 5 times. Sentinel has won it 4 times. So the very first 2 to ever have a 10-time title reign, and they did it with the world title. So absolutely phenomenal with Ozzy and Witcher. Cheyenne, a 4-time world champion, but has the longest title reign of the Universal Women's World title. The top title has 9 title defenses with that title belt. Now also winning the Meltdown World Championship, winning her Brands World Championship. So it's crazy. But tonight, Anita T, one of the up-and-coming in the world title picture, Anita T, referred to as the Destroyer, gets her shot here tonight. So Cheyenne really trying to bring it back, trying to prove that, hey, I still should be in, like, she's obviously in the discussion as a top 3, but wanting to be in the discussion of the top 2, what does she got to do that? You know what I mean? This is her second title run, beating Witcher to get it, defending it against Repentia, and now has to defend it against Anita T, the Destroyer, here tonight. Will she be able to do it? That is the question that we are going to find out. Because there's multiple ways of becoming the greatest champions in the world. You don't need 10 title defenses if you hold a lot of, like you hold it maybe 3 times, but all 3 of those times have been long title defenses. You know what I mean? That obviously gets you right up in there. She's got one of those. Can she make it with this belt as well? You know, we go back and we look at her first run. It was a one and done. Beat Ozzy for it and then lost to Ozzy the very next match. So can she get that long title reign here with the Meltdown Women's Championship?
Introducing the challenger from Osaka, Japan, the Pro Wrestling Women's Non-Stop Champion, the Destroyer, and Batista Key. And her opponent from Jefferson City, Missouri, the Women's World Champion, Shia Davis.
So you can see the championship title belt on the line. And right away, getting out here, doing some tying up. And look, this is going to be a thing where Cheyenne has been doing this for quite some time. So yeah, you got the hot up and coming wrestlers, right? Sometimes they get in the ring, they tie up, they're like, you saw Anita T. She's got some deceiving strength. She pushes her back, then tries to immediately go in, but Cheyenne has seen this before, so immediately gets it back to being reversed. And remember, you can look at Cheyenne's size, but she is one of the wrestlers that can end your night in 3 moves. If she puts the right 3 moves in order, and we see her do it all the time, you can just, your night is over. So, definitely something to keep an eye on. And look, already back at it, already dropping the boots. And all these matches from here on out, world title belts are on the line. Every world title that we have, the Outbreak men and women's world titles, the Meltdown men and women's world titles, and the men and women's universal titles. Those are, it's like a 6-way main event going on, and that main event starts right now. And you could tell right there, Cheyenne knowing better, obviously doing some film study on Anita T. That is what Cheyenne is known for, being prepared going into these matches. And that's probably why she's got these longer title reigns. That's probably why things look the way they do. And I'm telling you right now, Cheyenne might be getting things set up for it. It looks like she's getting pumped up for it. We might be seeing the 8-second ride inbound. And whoa! Anita T able to stop it. Now that wasn't the 8-second ride she stopped, but that is the move, preceding move before she was about to do it. What is this? Anita T putting her in a very awkward position, but then letting her up, knowing that Cheyenne's not going to be tapping this soon from something like that. Picks her up again, and you wonder why they call Anita T the Destroyer? Oh, you see it. And that was a smart move right there by Anita T setting it up. But right now, we might be seated incoming. But without the other move, is it enough to put her away? 8-second ride. Gets hit with it. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. And that's kind of what I thought. I thought because she missed that move before, usually she hits the other move, she hits the 8-second ride, and your night's over. But I think Anita's starting to realize things have got to happen. Some things have got to turn around and change right now if she wants to win this Meltdown World Championship. You know, Anita T, too, no stranger to a world title. And here it is. This is her finishing move, the Destroyer. Thought she would roll right into the pin. But she's not doing it. I think she realizes that she isn't dealing with a normal wrestler either, with Cheyenne. Oh, look at the state of this. Now goes for the pin. 1, 2. And Cheyenne able to kick out in 2. Both ladies giving the other one their best shot. Both ladies able to kick out, but now it's going to come down. Who makes the mistake? Who messes things up? Who can take advantage of the mistake? And it looked like that front-facing wheelbarrow maneuver where she face plants her opponent, but instead turning it back around, dropping Cheyenne on her head. Now Gator rolls. Hooking in the crossface. Is Cheyenne going to tap? Referee looks like he's right on top of it. Cheyenne does not tap. And keeping the offense going right now. Cheyenne has got to find a way, and I mean quickly, to get out of what's happening if she wants to retain this title belt. Anita T right now took Cheyenne's best shots and now starting to look like she is ready to become the world champion. Oh, chops back and forth. And here it is, Ruh-Roh SpaghettiOs. And if she hits the 8-second ride again, it is all over. But the crying, she does. And hooks the leg. 1, 2. What? We have not seen anybody kick out of those 2 moves in succession. When you see her go back up over the top, smash your head down on the backside, get back up, do it again, but with her leg, every wrestler has gone out. Not the case here tonight. What is going on? Raymond Jones, welcome to the stream, brother. Man, these matches have been on such another level that I have not even kept up with the polls. There was a 50-50 poll on the last one. This one's almost over. Almost over again, and I don't even know. This is another thing. We don't see Cheyenne do a whole bunch, but up top, she's starting to realize maybe Anita, the Destroyer, with a little bit of, she's now got a little bit of experience under her waist. Not the same person that she's been seeing. Anita on another level herself. And that's probably one of those things, like you're right in the middle of the ring, you know what I mean? But you're right in the middle of the ring. You're right in the middle of the match. You're trying to figure out what's going on. Anita, again, I don't even know how she's still wrestling, taking the best shots. But you wonder why she's called the Destroyer. Like, the nicknames here aren't given. They're earned. You want a nickname, that nickname gets earned. With some blood, some sweat, some tears right in the center of the TCW ring. Anita now really going after the head of Cheyenne. 1, 2, 3, and Anita T just became the brand new Meltdown Women's Champion.
Here is your winner and new Women's World Champion, the Destroyer, Antista T.
Man, you look at all the different things that could have went, the different ways it could have gone. And for her to come out on top the way she did, absolutely crazy. Now we're starting to get on the next level of wrestling here tonight. So you look at another lady that came in and actually brought Anita T in to the TCW. We're talking about Melinda. Melinda now getting her shot at the Universal Women's World title. Getting that shot against Miss Nightmare. So it's one of those things where you're like, man, I'm getting a shot, but did I really win? You know, I don't know who really wants to go up against Miss Nightmare. You know what I mean? At the end of the day.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Universal Women's World Championship.
So Miss Nightmare recently beating Witcher on the Wednesday Night Wars for this title, setting up a spot to where she can get in this match. And look, you want to see how important this is. Melinda, the current United States Women's Champion on the Meltdown brand, getting ready to go up and try to bring the Universal World Championship for the women back to the Meltdown brand. Miss Nightmare representing the Outbreak brand. Can she do it? We look at who has had shots, and Melinda G had one shot back in the day, had one shot against Liv Morgan. Now she gets that shot against Miss Nightmare. Can she come through and win the top title belt in the land for the women? Guys, while we're here, remember, drop the like, subscribe, do all the stuff, right? Become a member of the Bark Squad. But most importantly, share the video. Let people know what we're doing right now. Get out. Let them know. And let's get them in. Watching great wrestling. Yeah, if we look at that last poll, it looked like everybody thought Cheyenne would win. You know what I mean? That's where I would have put my money. And Anita T comes in, proving all of us wrong.
Introducing the challenger from Boston, Massachusetts, the United States Champion, the Phantom Melissa J.G. And her opponent from your darkest fears, the Universal Women's World Champion, Miss Nightmare!
gifting out the next 5 memberships. What a better way to do it than when the women are facing off for the Universal World Championship. Whoa! If you didn't believe in the power of Miss Nightmare, you should believe that nightmares are dreams too. And that was an absolutely devastating punch to start this match off. Now you gotta wonder, can Melinda come back and recover from that punch? Like, the power of that punch was next level. Yeah, congratulations going out to Sam Hacksaw, going out to another Ghost, going out to J Tom, 05 TWE, and haven't seen him around here in a while, but Sir Stretchy Boy 69 used to be a wrestler here in TCW, but haven't seen him in a minute. What is going on? Beast, welcome to the show. And Melinda finally getting things turned back around and trying to get back in control of what is happening with Miss Nightmare. And see, that's the other thing. Like, it's not that Melinda can't take a punch, but you just look at the absolute force of the punch that Miss Nightmare delivered in the beginning. Looking like now Melinda recovering, getting her bearings back about her. Kind of got back in control of the match for a little bit, and now right back in control of it. So that is a good deal right now. Melinda absolutely putting the boots to Miss Nightmare right now. And Miss Nightmare, no stranger to the Women's Universal Championship. She has won it 2 times. Last time losing it, though, one and done title run against Witcher. Beat Aussie for the title. Then Witcher beat her for the title. Miss Nightmare then coming back, beating Witcher for the title, but can she defend it? Can she get a bit of a streak going? And bring some stability back to the Women's Universal title. What's going on, Prime Time? Welcome to the show, brother. And that's the other thing. Like, really, you look at the height, too, of Miss Nightmare. You're seeing some of these slams and power bombs are even more devastating to the person she's wrestling against because of her height. So you look at some of the stuff. Melinda generates it through velocity. Miss Nightmare can generate hers through her height. So both power wrestlers, but 2 different ways of getting to where they're going. Melinda now trying to get back to her feet, understanding that she has got to find a way to slow Miss Nightmare down. Now Miss Nightmare hooks the legs. 1. And only a 1 count. Remember, too, Miss Nightmare can hit her move, the Bone Crusher, out of nowhere. Like, you won't even see it coming. She'll whip you in the ropes, and then bam, Bone Crusher. And you're like, what just happened? 1, 2. And that's a couple power moves right there, and this is what I mean. Melinda's got to find a way right now. Get things turned back around, get back in control of the match. Maybe even slow the pacing down. What was that? Melinda now getting fired up. Miss Nightmare getting back to her feet, but does she see it? Fafo slam! You want to equal out the match really quick. Fafo slam it too. And I thought she had just won her first championship right there. This is wrestling. And this is scary right there. You get either one of these women's doing that. Melinda taking that crossbody off the top, and we have seen her use that to really wear down an opponent, really change the focus of the match, really change the momentum of the match. And is she setting up for it again? Do we have another Fafo Slam? Oh, reversal. That was almost it, and reversal the reversal. Melinda getting out, and should have went back in that ring. Now Miss Nightmare getting back in control. And again, we saw early on tonight that being in this sand is not the place you want to be. Just the sand alone can start really causing some damage, can really start causing some friction, some rash, and honestly, just extra pain that you really didn't want to be a part of. Miss Nightmare, the one with the champion's advantage. What is she doing? She's like, hey, let me go ahead and take this down. Melinda getting back to her feet. The referee imploring both of these ladies to get back in. Miss Nightmare taunting, but waiting for her, dumps her right on her head. And now watch Miss Nightmare, like referee saw that ring post was off, getting ready, or that ring cover was off, trying to get it tied back up and put back on. Oh, here we go. This could be it. And it is the Bone Crusher. That might just be it. 2, 3. And what a great match. Miss Nightmare coming out on top, retaining her title.
Here is your winner, and still the Universal Women's World Champion, Miss Nightmare.
Miss Nightmare able to retain her title belt, and I'm telling you, you look at devastating finishing moves, and there's no way that you can't say the Bone Crusher isn't up in like the top 10 finishing moves in the TCW. She gets you going, uses your momentum against you, hits you with it, and then it's all over but the crying. We look at just how close Melinda was to winning that championship, because if she comes in and she ends up hitting that Fafo Slam one more time, no way she doesn't win that match. You know what I mean? No way that Miss Nightmare could have kicked out of that. Like, that's another top 10 finisher.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Women's World Championship.
Now, we talked about her early, the women's, TCW Women's Outbreak title. Really, some of the newest titles. Not a lot of history, just getting started back last season in episode 90. So, hasn't been around a long time, so not a lot of history. But there hasn't been a lot of long title runs with it. And tonight, we just saw the other night, Sky Scott earning her shot at this title and getting her shot here at Bash at the Beach. Probably didn't realize it would happen so fast. But now, Sky Scott, one of the greatest Indie Federation wrestlers that was out there, hottest Indie Federation woman that was out there on the market, signs with the TCW. Stumbles a little bit in the beginning, but then starting to get her feet around her. Look, at the end of the day, people aren't used to wrestling in front of this many people. But finally starts getting her feet about her, ends up winning this opportunity to really skip all the title belts and get a shot at the greatest women's champion in TCW's history, Aussie. What's going on, Smoky Mountain? Welcome to the show. So you want to see where you're at in your career. You want to find out who's what. They should call Ozzy the measuring stick. You want to be the greatest wrestler in Women's Federation history. No matter where you're from. Ozzy is that measuring stick. 10-time Women's World Championship. But can she bring stability like she did to the Meltdown World title? Can she bring that same stability to the Outbreak World Championship? We're about to find out right now.
Introducing the challenger from Sweetwater, Texas, Sky Scott. And her opponent from the Queen City, the Women's World Champion, the Legend Moxley.
Yeah, it's crazy. You want to be in the annuals of the TCW Hall of Legends. Step in the ring with Ozzy. She can probably get you there. Sky Scott, huge opportunity here tonight. Will she be able to rise to the challenge? Both women coming out a little bit timid, wanting to lock it up in the ring. And Sky Scott, I would have gave her the power. You look at the build, looking like she's got a lot of lower body strength. And here kind of proving it, because I was like, man, I would have thought she would have got there. And that was a clean break. Clean break, a lot of respect. Ozzy knows who she is. There's still a lot of indie film on Sky Scott. So Ozzy knows who she is, and probably one of those dream matches for both women. Sky Scott probably wanting to come to the TCW to step in the ring with Ozzy. Probably didn't think that she'd be stepping in the ring with Ozzy for a world title match the first time that she faces her. Oh, very smart move, because right there, Ozzy gets you up on that top turnbuckle like there's going to be some problems. You're going to have some problems because you look at the size, and that is an absolute power backhand right there. Sky Scott now setting up for some owies. That is giving out. She's just passing out the owies. Now, can you imagine coming in from an indie federation, earning a shot at the world title, and we know management likes to give out some sketchy shots. You still got to earn it. But they like to give out some questionable shots at the world title. We don't see many people take advantage of it. And Rotro. Oh, that is a lot. Right there. She's going to go for the pin. No, probably realizes, like all of us realized, probably wasn't going to make that. What is going on? Iffy, welcome to the show. And the Bay of Iffy. I see you guys out there. Welcome to the show. Sky Scott right now doing probably a lot better than even Ozzy would have thought. Really thought this was going to be more of a one-sided match. But right now, I think Sky Scott realizing the shot that she's got. Can she kind of pull a Matt Storm and win a world title long before anybody would have thought she could? Yeah, it's one of those things. I know it's the middle of winter right now in real life, but it's one of those things where I'm like, man, I don't want to do the thing, you know. I want to make sure that everything's fine and okay.
Here is your winner, and new Women's World Champion, Sky Scott.
When Mrs. McGoats calls, you know what? You know how that goes. So, absolutely crazy, and wish we could have called it live. But unbelievable. I don't know if you guys saw it, but Ozzy actually reached up and grabbed the ropes in plenty of time. Referee missed the call. That doesn't change the fact what happens in the ring happens in the ring, but what it does mean is this. On our very next Thursday Outbreak, Sky Scott and Ozzy will face each other again with a World Championship belt on the line. So, hey, things happen. Don't get me wrong, mistakes get made. But if that's how it went down, then that is how it went down. So, even though there's a mistake, management will make it right, and Sky Scott will have to put that world title back on the line against Ozzy. But still, congrats going out to Sky Scott. Now, this was such a great match when we looked at it and we watched it on the last Thursday Outbreak. Blaze McCoy and Vipiro going to light up this arena one more time. World title belt on the line.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Now, it's crazy. You know, part of the thing in that match between Blaze and Vipiro, there was still some interference back and forth on both sides. So, all that matters at the end of the day is who wins. But now, management booking, nobody can come down to ringside. It is going to be straight up Vipiro and Blaze McCoy. Nobody in there to interfere. Can Blaze win his very first championship here? Or is Vipiro going to just stay on that hot streak and continue to defend it? Man, I still can't get over the Sky Scott win. Like, yeah, I know referee missed it, but still, to be able to come in the amount of time that she has done it, win the Outbreak World title just on another level. So, still going to have to defend it, still going to have to prove it. But what does that mean in this match? What's it going to mean? We can see the Vipers' brand new logos all over Vipiro, and Vipiro making his way down to the ring. You can tell Vipiro a lot more confidence, almost back into that time where he was really going after that United States Championship longest title reign. Came up short in that, don't get me wrong, but still looking like he's finally back to his old self, winning multiple different singles titles, winning multiple different things, doing multiple different things. So, looking like he's back, but still stepping in the ring with Blaze. Not an easy task. And now there is nobody on his side to interfere. But he has nobody to worry about on Blaze's side interfering as well. So, straight up, mano a mano, title on the line.
Introducing the challenger from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 297 pounds, Blaze McKay. And his opponent from Santa Fe, New Mexico, weighing in at 205 pounds, the World Heavyweight Champion, the Snake V. Pierre O.
So what's crazy, though, you look at the win. So Vipiro ends up beating Jakai to win the title. Then he defends it against Blaze in the last one. That is now the second longest title reign of the Outbreak World Championship in TCW history. Technically, it's the longest when it got renamed to that. When it was the TWC Friday Night Belt, the Junior World Championship, Drew Hawthorne defended it 5 times. Defended it even when we changed the name into the world title. So that still counts. This belt has been defended by the very first person to win it, Drew Hawthorne, 5 times. But Vipiro now, we saw Paul the Thing win it, we saw Jakai, then Vipiro, and Vipiro trying to bring that, again, we talk about it a lot, but trying to bring stability back to this title. We've seen a lot of instability in a lot of different titles right now, and Blaze wanting that instability to continue right now, at least until he can get his hands on the title and then slow it down. Then Blaze will bring the stability. But right now, these guys trying to bring stability to it. What is going on? Eagle, welcome to the show, brother. Oh, wow. You talk about something early on. You want to talk about how brutal their match was in that last episode. Blaze already split open. I think Vipiro realizes it hooks the leg, but only a 1 count. You know, when somebody gets split open like that, you don't realize, is it a little more superficial? Is it a little more showing you that there was an injury there or something there? So not a bad call on Vipiro's part to like run over real quick and try to get that pin on him. But then that kind of shows you, oh, it's probably just superficial. Again, if you guys haven't checked out the TCW 2K PlayStation 5 covers that we just did, go check them out. They're on my channel. They're on my Discord. I made a channel just for those. And we just released the 2K26 covers as well. So going into the new game, We've got our own covers to worry about. Vipiro right now, very smart, controlling the match. Blaze trying to get it turned back around because, look, Blaze can end your night quick. He gets a couple power moves on you, and your night could be over, hook, line, and sinker. He'll hit you with the hook, then with the line, and then with the sinker, and then either a little tippity tap or a little 1, 2, 3, and you're done. Vipiro, though, fully aware of this, especially after the last match they had was such a banger, fully aware of what Blaze is in the ring and trying to do the things right now and trying to use the ring the best he can. What was that? Little flippity-dood on top of the noggin to you. And if I was Blaze, I would not reach over to try to grab that rope. We saw in that last match with Ozzy, referee missed it. We got the same referee in the ring, so how much do you trust him to be on his game? He's already proven he's not. And that, very smart by Vipiro getting out of the ring. And then I spoke too soon. But look, far be it from Frankie Two Fingers to tell you what the champions are doing. You know what I mean? They are the champions for a reason. They won those belts for a reason. I just think if it was me, I would have been like, I would have got out smart. Oh, he's coming, rolled back in and been in control of the ring on the inside. But on the flip side of that, Vipiro does hold the champion's advantage, so he can win or lose on the outside of the ring and still retain the title belt. You know what I mean? Referee's count is up to 5. Vipiro, though, trying to get back out. And again, I'm going to say, I don't know that was the right move or not to jump out of the ring like that. Blaze finally, he's like, I'm just going to get back in the ring. Vipiro, though, using the roll to get him off balance, but now both men standing in the center of the ring, and this is not what I would want to do if I was Vipiro. Vipiro telling him to hit him, and so Blaze obliging. Blaze very nice, and now Blaze telling Vipiro, and Vipiro says, okay. Oh, Blaze had it blocked, but Vipiro with the double pump kick. And we know what's coming next. It is the snake bite. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. And Blaze able to kick out. Oh, but look. Right back at doing it. Hit him again. I am not the one who's so far away. And we have seen Vipiro, and that is deadly, just like a viper, double tap the snake bite for the second match in a row.
Still World Heavyweight Champion, the Snake v. Pierre.
Double tap that snake bite. Like, look, you may have the antidote the first time, but you certainly are not going to have the antidote the second time. So Vipiro, again, I question why he was in and out of the ring and doing all the stuff, and him finding a way to come out on top and win the match to retain the title. So far be it from me to say some things. Final 2 matches of the evening. We still have the men's Universal World Title belt on the line. Rowdy Hunt getting a shot tonight at Recon Delta. Let that one sink in. That is a huge shot when you look at the grand scheme of things. You got Recon Delta winning his very first Universal title, and Rowdy has not held on to that belt since season 1 or season 2, episode 15.
The following is scheduled for one fall and is for the Universal World Heavyweight Championship.
So it has been a long time. A long time. Rowdy, though, coming off the Rumble win and getting, this is a free shot. This isn't even to trade in his monthly Rumble Championship belt for the shot. That shot will still come at the monthly Rumble. Rowdy getting a shot right here. Now, what would happen if Rowdy gets the shot tonight? Rowdy wins the title belt and then still has it while holding on to that belt, because he'll miss out on his shot. You have to take the shot at that monthly Rumble title. We've also seen champions do something a little bit different, where they challenge their brand. He's on the Outbreak brand. Will he challenge for the Outbreak World title instead? He can do it. He can challenge for any belt he wants. But he's got to use that shot. There, it doesn't keep carrying over. So, if he wins tonight, what will he do? Is he using tonight's shot, maybe not even necessarily to win, not saying he wouldn't want to win, but maybe to get back in the ring with Recon? It's just been a while. And kind of start using this more as a scouting thing, knowing that if he loses, he still has another shot at him. So, don't know what's going to happen here in this match, but a lot of things are on the line. A lot of implications could come out of this match. But one thing we know for certain, it's going to be a crazy ride. Going to be a crazy match. And then in the next match, we will have, again, we talked about Blackheart and losing his contract to the SSU. While he still can appear on their programming, and he can still appear on this programming, using his final shot for the Outbreak World title belt. So, come season 8, it's one side or the other. But he still has that shot right now. Look at that title belt, looking good on the current champion. And it's been a long road for Recon. You know, we thought Recon, when he came out right away, went on a 10-match winning streak, and we just assumed he would be the champion for a long time, but not able to get his hands on the Universal World Championship. Went through a lot of things, you know, we go through and we look, you know, how many shots did he get? He got a shot when Roman Reigns was holding it, he lost. And then getting a shot at Sentinel and then coming away with the win. So, not many shots did he get, but in his second attempt, getting to put that title belt around his waist. And we haven't seen a lot of long reigns coming from these champions, but we haven't seen a lot of one-and-dones either. You look at the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 champions. There's only been one that was one and done. So, history a little bit more on his side right now. But a little bit more on his side right now, so we'll definitely have to see what happens. What's going on, Tony? Welcome to the show, brother. Yeah, Recon in Season 1, when you go back and you look at the Recon of Season 1, this is as close as it's come. But yeah, one of my favorite wrestlers to make. So, Recon taking his time, getting into the ring, wins that Universal title, and then he's like, hey, I'm going to take my time now. I am the champion. And really probably using this to get inside the head of Rowdy. Now, Rowdy's been around doing it for a long time as well. Again, has won the second most world championships, second only to Totes. But if he wins this belt here tonight, he will tie Totes as a 6-time world champion. Now, Totes has won the Universal title 3 times. This will be Rowdy's second win. But right now, nobody else has ever won it 2 times. Totes is the only one to win it 3 times, and nobody else has ever won it twice. So, Rowdy having a shot at getting some history right now and tying the overall world title picture for being the greatest world champion in TCW history. So, will he be able to take this title from Recon tonight. I'll tell you what, Recon looking very motivated to keep this title belt, so it is going to be quite the fight here right now. Oh, it's been a long time for me. Normally we're done at about the 2-hour mark, but on these pay-per-views, they tend to go 2.5 to 3 hours. So yeah, absolutely crazy. Well, I'm glad I did get to see you, though. I think I remember now. I think you said, hey, made it to your second live one. Yep, for sure. Like I said, though, guys, final 2 matches of the night. Men's Universal Championship on the line, and as the grand finale, the Outbreak World title will be on the line against a wrestler that holds an SSU contract.
From Bad Street, Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 306 pounds, the All-Star Classic Champion, the final champ, Rowdy Hunt. And his opponent, from the good old USA, weighing in at 252 pounds, the Universal World Heavyweight Champion, Recto Dalton.
No, there's so many crazy things going on. JP was actually on the card to wrestle tonight, but Totes and management changed the first match of the night to fight for the SSU World title. That's never been done before. But that was done, very first match of the night tonight. But yeah, it ended up bumping a couple different matches off the card to get the 6 world titles on the line tonight, to include also the Universal World Tag Team title belts on the line, the hardcore titles. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff. The women's television title. So yeah, the United States and the Intercontinental titles were not on the line here tonight. Hey, I'll tell you what, Tony, I go back and I watch a lot of it too, and I get entertained by it myself. Like, I watch all my shows that I do because I want to get better every time, you know, but I watch at least once, if not twice, sometimes more. And I've even gone back to where I'm doing it, and I'm going to start getting the singles matches back as well. We'll start getting that going. It's just so many things going on right now in the world of real estate, so many things going on right now in this world, and we're getting into that time of year where the new game is getting ready to launch, so we'll see. Now remember, Recon Delta has a finishing move called the Delta variant. We'll talk about some top 10 moves, like the Delta variant will put you down. Rowdy changing the name of his finisher recently from Rowdy's Redemption, sounds too much like Red's Redemption, from Rowdy's Redemption to the Dirt Nap. Oh, look at Jimmy Hart. Jimmy Hart getting in the way. Not hitting him, but definitely getting in his way. Recon Delta unable to get around Jimmy Hart. Rowdy using that to his advantage. And look, you got to watch out for the Horseman. Horseman will do anything it takes to win a match. They don't care if it's fair, if it's not fair, if it's cheating, if it's this, if it's too rough, if it's too light. Like, it doesn't matter. They'll do whatever it takes to win. I really appreciate that. I really enjoy doing this and being able to do it for everybody. And the community makes it easy. So I do appreciate that. Because there's a few where I'm like, I could have did better. I mean, beyond how somebody would normally critique themselves, so. Recon getting right back at it, like it looked like Rowdy was going to be in control there for a second, but the champion able to get it turned back around. And you guys got to remember, too, this is the worst town Rowdy has ever been to. you know, you start looking at some of the guys, and these are two of the guys that have some moves that will go off. Like, they'll throw you into the ropes. Like, Recon can hit you with the Delta variant from doing that. He can just hit you while you're standing up. Like, a lot of different ways Recon can hit you with that. But Rowdy, his initial finishing move way back in the day was he would kind of grab you by the neck and you'd kind of spin around a weird way. We see it in a lot of his matches, not his finishing move now, but it is a move that sets up his finisher. So these guys can get some incredible offense. Oh, look at this. You get hit by that. That will change your night with a quickness. And again, misses it again. And Rowdy's starting to get on a roll right now. You know, not the most successful season in Season 7 for Rowdy. Rowdy been fighting a lot back and forth with JP. But he gets into some other matches with some other people and absolutely dominates. And we don't see Recon Delta get dominated all too often, but this is usually the start right here. You saw those last two moves, and those are absolutely powerful and devastating moves. Recon able to kick out, but now you got to watch out. He's getting ready to do it. This is called the Rowdy Recliner. This is not the dirt nap, but the Rowdy Recliner. We've seen people tap out to this as well, and look at the angle of Recon Delta's back. I'm just telling you, people's backs are not meant to bend in that way. And look, if you don't think these wrestlers respect each other, that move right there, Rowdy attacking the knee of Recon Delta, that's about this. That's about trying to stop him from hitting him with the Delta variant, and he hit him with it anyway. 2. And Rowdy able to kick out in 2. Yeah, that's why before we left 2K25, I had to make sure that you guys all saw this arena. Even though not really the time for Bash at the Beach. Look at this. Jimmy Hart and Recon having some words. Recon telling him he's going to end Jimmy Hart's night, but Rowdy gets up. And Recon waiting for him, throws him. Oh, Most got him again with the Delta variant. And back in control. Like, these guys go back and forth, and you can tell, again, the level of respect both these wrestlers have for each other. You know they've been doing the studying. You know they've been looking at wrestling film on the other person. Both of them very prepared to be in this match. And that might have just did it. Delta variant incoming. And if it's COVID, it's Paxlovid.
Here is your winner, and still the Universal World Heavyweight Champion, Recto Dalton.
Recon Delta becoming the 9th person to ensure that this wasn't going to be a one and done type of a thing. Rowdy coming up a little bit short, but look, right now, Recon Delta has been on an absolute roll and an absolute tear, and I'm just glad to finally see Recon Delta getting this run and being able to perform in the way that he's been able to perform. So hats off to Recon Delta. Congratulations. Huge win tonight against the leader of the Four Horsemen. Speaking of guys that want to be on a roll, speaking of being on some kind of a mission right now, boom, back from retirement, wins the TCW Meltdown Championship. And the guy who just lost his contract, 2-time world champion Blackheart, getting his final shot at a world championship, at least until he comes back to the TCW. And it wasn't his choice to leave. Wasn't his choice to leave. He lost in the contract match. SSU winning that the contract rights of Blackheart, but getting his shot at a world title here tonight.
The following is scheduled for one fall and is for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Look at these guys. It has been a big night for the SSU. You got the brand new solo season world champion. You got, and the Lord doesn't have that belt, but they also just won the Universal World Tag Team Champions, and now Blackheart having a shot to win the Outbreak World Championship here tonight if he can fix his cape. Like step 1, fix your cape. Step 2, win the world title. But yeah, if you guys aren't in the Discord, you guys are missing out on a lot of other content that's going on. We have some absolutely crazy stuff happening in the Discord with some of the new AI stuff we're doing, some of the stuff that we're doing for the TCW Hall of Legends, some of that stuff on another level. The TCW 2K series, cover series that shows ever since 2K19, our covers with our wrestlers on them, a standard, a deluxe, and a special edition. It's absolutely on another level. You guys should go check it out. And then all the branding that we do for the TCW as well. All original branding, all there that will follow us into the next game. So, absolutely amazing. Go check out the Discord. Links all over in the chat.
Introducing the challenger. From another time, weighing in at 266 pounds, the evil within, Black Heart. And his opponent, from Cherry Hill, New Jersey, weighing in at 287 pounds, the World Heavyweight Champion,
If you guys have only been watching half of the story that is going on, the other half of the story happens in the link I just put down below, the Solo Season Universe. Go check that out. Things that happen over there do have implications on TCW Wrestling. Crazy, I know. But it's been a lot of fun, and it's absolutely next level storytelling. But right now, none of that matters. What does matter is, I keep calling it the Outbreak. This is the Meltdown World Title belt. It's on the line right now. Blackheart wanting to go out with a bang. Can he win his last world title for a while, at least here in the TCW? I mean, he might be able to win some world titles over in the SSU. We'll just have to see how that all plays out over there. But if you want to see Blackheart, you got to go see him in the SSU. What is the TWO doing? That's right, I don't know. Yeah, that is a good way to put it. Right now, if you are a TCW wrestler, though, you got to be rooting for Boom. Like, you know, I want to root for Blackheart, but Blackheart's got the SSU contract, so really got to be rooting for Boom right now. SSU, though, having a big night here tonight. Like I said, we saw in the very first match the Lord win and take the title, the solo season title, win it, and bring it back to the SSU after getting banished from the SSU in a retirement match, losing to Miguel, and then coming over here beating Totes for that title belt that Totes stole from him, and now able to return back to the SSU. Like, you can't even make it up. Absolutely crazy. That plan backfiring on Totes, I would guess. I don't know if it did or not, but I'm guessing it probably was a little bit of a backfire. But what is in store to happen next? That is what we're going to have to keep watching. And the very next time you see it, it'll probably be on the SSU. So go over there, subscribe to the channel, do the thing. And remember this, like we watch Boom wrestle, and Boom, like most wrestlers, they want to get up in it. Oh, look, Totes and Blackheart talking it out right now, having some things to say. And Blackheart's trying to fit himself. He goes, I didn't want to go to SSU, but you put me in a contract match. Very true. Oh, that is a huge slam right there. And are we going to see the Boom Shakalaka? Or are we going to see the nail in the coffin? Now, we talk about Boom's moveset. He wants to keep it in close like most wrestlers do. Blackheart, his is about distance. If he can get a little bit of separation with you, he can hit you with that nail out of the coffin out of nowhere and end your night right now. Boom now trying to fight back. Huge slam, and I'm telling you, the power game of Boom is next level. You thought you leveled up when you went to 2, and Boom is already on level 5. Another huge slam. Like, he can end your night quick. He can take you to the next level before you even realize you're on level 1. Like, you're trying to collect all the little cookies on level 1, and Boom is already on level 5, knocking it out of the park. Blackheart trying to get away. Boom trying to stop him. Blackheart turning that around. And uh-oh. Oh, look, Toten and Blackheart again jaw-jacking. And again, it works out in Boom's favor. We haven't seen the season few over there. Oh, we said that. Look, we said that, and look what just happened. The Lord pulls the referee out, and then Jay Savage distracts Boom. Oh, and look at Blackheart. Oh, referee saw that. He couldn't see anything else. Oh, that was the Boom Shakalaka. Blackheart steps back from it, and now letting the feet and the fists go. Almost got hit with that Boom Shakalaka. That would have been the end of the night for Blackheart. You saw how big that was, and there it is. Nail in the coffin. It might be elementary at this point. 2, 3, and Blackheart wins the Meltdown World Championship.
Here is your winner, and new World Heavyweight Champion, the Evil Within, Blackheart.
You want to talk about some next level stuff? I thought the referee was going to kick both those guys out. Like, the Lord reaches in, pulls the referee out, does not allow the pin to happen. It would have been over at that point. Pretty sure it was over at that point. You saw all these like big power moves after power move after power move after power move. Lord pulls the referee out. Boom gets up to see what's going on. Jay Savage starts talking to Boom. Gets him confused. Blackheart comes in. Hits him with the one thing. Bam, nail in the coffin. Game over. So you want to talk about just a huge night for the SSU. It was a big night here tonight. SSU really trying to show you that that acquisition of Blackheart might be the thing they needed to put themselves over the edge. SSU wrestlers winning 2 different world championships here tonight and the Universal Tag Team Championship belts here tonight. So kind of has TCW a little bit on their heels. What is TCW, or is TCW going to start coming together to really start fighting the wrestlers of the SSU, or Is it still going to be Toach just trying to fight him by himself? We can see at first that's working. The mind games are working. But then when rubber starts to meet the road, not working out as good as it should. So who is going to step up and take it to the next level for the TCW? That we'll have to find out later. But guys, that is going to do it for us here at the Toast My Goats Wrestling Network. I just want to send a shout out to everybody in the Bark Squad. Very appreciated. All the money that our members pay every single month goes back in to the channel. If you get in the Discord or you even see some of the posts that we've been posting over the last month, you see part of where that money is going. It takes a lot of effort and a lot of time to do the stuff that we're doing, but I just want to bring you guys the best product possible. Also, when you're out there in the world, do not let the world divide you. Be the leader in your community. Step up. Be the bridge. Show people how people should act. Not like people are acting right now, which is absolutely dumb. So, guys, appreciate everything you do. From all of us here at the Toast My Goats Wrestling Network to all of you out there, including the seasoned few, I appreciate everything you guys do. Love this community, greatest community on YouTube, and we will catch all of you in the next one. Peace.